Hello guys, Nightspectre here, bringing you another League of Legends cast. It has been a while, and for that I am sorry. I've been very busy lately. No, I have been incredibly busy with, well, school most likely. I have a lot of projects that needs to finish around this time, so I'm busy. So sorry for the lack of videos. Blitzcrank, you be careful there, mate. I know it's just poke, but seriously, stop it. Stop! Ezreal, stop! So yes, sorry for any inconsistency in my videos. It will remain this way for a couple of weeks, but after that I should be able to make videos just normally. So let's go over the teams quickly, shall we? Very quickly. I've been rambling a little bit, sorry for that. So Nautilus will be jungling. He's being assisted by Tiddi, Ezreal and Sona, so he should be able to do it quickly. Sona and Ezreal, of course, going to the bottom lane. The Nautilus jungle has been improved a little bit because the cooldown of Titan's Wrath has been lowered just a little, though it's still 20 seconds right about now. It's high, but at least he can do it a little bit quicker, so jungling with him is a little bit easier. As you can see, he's able to cast it twice. Isn't that awesome, Nautilus? Yes, it is. Ooh, Kha'Zix. Oh, so Kha'Zix, middle of a red team, almost able to steal blue. It would have been awesome. In the end, it won't be a thing. And then Renekton will be top for red team versus his brother Nasus, so that's kind of cute. Jungler for blue team will be Sejuani, and then for blue team's bottom lane we have a Blitzcrank and a Graves. Now, Blitzcrank of course is fairly squishy. Same goes for Sona though. So in a Sona versus Blitzcrank, it's kind of a 50-50 who will win. If Sona is able to take control, then she will win, because she has great poke and great sustain. However, if Blitzcrank is able to land a perfect hook, what he's going to try and go, and actually he does it, a great pull, flash away won't work because of course the power fist will knock Sona up, and that will be the first blood onto Graves even, so that's fairly bad indeed. Renekton of course pushing his brother towards his own turret. He has a better laning phase than his brother, what can you say, but at least Nasus has a better endgame than his brother, so each one has his own merits. Ezreal now all by himself at the tower, trying to zone between the minions here so that Blitzcrank can't pull him, is doing a decent job and farming at the same time. We'll miss that one though the minute I say it. And oh, a kill very quickly on the bottom here, in the middle. I didn't even saw that one coming, so let's see what happens. So we have a Nautilus with a weird shield on top of his face, with an amazing pull though, so yeah, there was no escape. Actually, Vladimir tried, but the ignite was more than enough, and then the flash away by Kha'Zix. It was a great kill nevertheless, but what was that shield, mate? It couldn't have been Titan's Wrath. Did they change the look of it, or what is the bug? I don't know, but I think Renekton is going to do a little bit of damage onto Nasus. I say a little bit, it's a little more than that. Kha'Zix zoned out of his lane thanks to the Sejuani, who will take the middle lane for himself. Or will she use Arctic Assault through this bush without even noticing it? It would have been cool, but it won't happen. Blitzcrank now getting caught by the Nautilus. Oh my god, he was caught in between the wall and the Nautilus. So that was actually fairly lucky from Blitzcrank's point of view. And now it's going to be the second kill in the game for Graves. He has a double buff, and he doesn't have flash anymore. So if he auto-attacks the Sona, he could slow her and then kill her. She can't escape. She's of course the Sona. She can use Aria of Celerity to increase her movement speed, but even then, yeah. Spirit Stone has been purchased by Nautilus, so his jungle will increase a little bit. He will probably go for the Spirit of the Elder, the Ancient Golem. We shall see. No, Nasus is gonna get caught. Will he survive? Probably not. The health potion is trying to do what it can, and it will save his life. Pulled by Blitzcrank, knocks the Ezreal up. Ezreal, of course, will flash away, but the red buff of Graves will slow down the Sona ever so slightly, but not enough. Someone is taking a poke here. Was it Kha'Zix? I don't know. Whoever it is, I need to keep my eye on this bottom lane, because Blitzcrank is pulling people from left to right. It was amazing back there when Nautilus just grabbed the Blitzcrank. He was knocked against his wall, so he was able to survive a little. Of course, Nautilus is, I was gonna call it Undertow. Did I forgot, really? The Dredge line, yes, of course. Dredge line, of course, moves. It's not like Blitzcrank, it doesn't pull you in completely. Of course you know this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And it's not like Leona where she goes towards you entirely. It's the halfway point, so he pulls you to you and he goes to you as well, 50-50. And there's going to be Nautilus with a gank onto the Vladimir. He still has Pull of Deception. Will it work though? Not a slow has been casted yet this single day. But a Drench Line will miss a great Pull of Deception there. But will it be enough? I don't know. One auto attack from Nautilus would be enough. Pings say, be careful Nautilus, there might be something you can't see, and Nautilus is going to be a little bit annoyed by that, because there was no one there. Vladimir again getting caught though, Dredgeline should be off cooldown, but there is a Sejuani. Will she Arctic Assault blindly? Well, she will flash, and then Arctic Assault will slow down the Kha'Zix, and then Permafrost for the kill. Great play. Now the Flail of the Northern Winds has finally come off, as she is slowing Nautilus ever so slightly. He's alright. He's alright. So then, someone reached level 6 before the other guys, so that is going to be Dominus on cooldown, trying to do as much damage onto Nasus as possible. Will succeed. Nasus is still not level 6. If he is, then he might be able to turn it a little bit around, but for now, he will remain to farm underneath his turrets. He still needs to destroy this minion wave in order to become level 6. And even then, he has been zoned out of quite a few minions. He will be behind ever so slightly. Ezreal finally returning to lane, finding a Blitzcrank in the bush. There is a ward here, so it is needed to ward. When you are fighting against the Blitzcrank, it will reveal where he stands, because a blind hook coming from a bush is something that's very hard to avoid. You can prevent it by... Oh, Graves going in deep with a quick draw, able to do quite some damage onto Ezreal, but keep in mind that they are more required to... You're going to survive, aren't you, Nasus? He probably is. And he wants more. Nasus, be careful. So, what I was going to say is that the Graves and Blitzcrank, if they want to do damage, they need to go all in, because Sona will just heal Ezreal no matter what. Isn't that right, Blitzy boy? You probably missed, didn't you? Nautilus is trying to do something, but he isn't finding any opportunities to gank. Bottom lane is pushed too hard. Vladimir is very hard to gank, because even in that dastardly situation just earlier, he wasn't able to escape. Blitzcrank is going to try to pull. Ezreal, of course, can Arcane Shift. He wanted to try for both of them and didn't got a single one. A pity indeed. Kha'Zix now going in onto Vladimir, just doing a little bit of damage. Vladimir is level 7. He is only level 6, so you don't want to fight someone that's higher level than you, except when you're certain to win. It's a nice experience boost if you're able to do it. So, Nasus again getting attacked by Renekton. Renekton, of course, quite a bully, is one level ahead onto Nasus. It's quite effective. But Sejuani is going in for a gank. Will the Wither land? Well, it is just a normal cast, so it should. But it isn't being casted. It's just a regular bait. Sejuani is level 6, so she can use the Icy Prison if needed. And she will. Now Nasus using his ultimate to gain some health will succeed. But a double slice and dice followed up by a Permafrost though. And Nasus will go in for the Siphoning Strike kill. Great play by blue team. Blitzcrank was going to pull the Sona, I think, but she flashed away. That's a certainty. So then, we are 9 minutes into the game, give or take. Blitzcrank is going for a pull though. He should be... Oh, nice dodge by Sona. Completely just face planting herself on the wall. Considering she has one of the biggest cups in the game, that's quite impressive that she was able to face plant that, well, majorly. So what I was going to say is that we are 9 minutes into the game, even though that was 20 seconds ago. Even though that was 10 seconds ago that it was 9 minutes into the game, because I was lying 15 seconds ago. 25. Sorry for that. So, 4 kills for blue team, 1 kill for red team, as Nautilus is chomping away on Nasus. Nasus should be able to escape, but Nautilus doesn't believe that. No, Kha'Zix actually going in onto the Vladimir. He could do some damage and actually popped Ghost. Great play by the Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix now popping his ultimate though. Trying to turn it around, do some impressive damage, but there is Sejuani. Will Sejuani go for another perfect assault? Will do an Arctic one. At the very least, flashes away, but you were slowed, man. And the Flail of the Northern Winds will do nothing at all, but it's a nice ability to see anyway. Nautilus could go for a gank. He's going in. Vladimir runs away. He still has Pull of Deception though. And there is still a little hog in the wall. Great ultimate combinaison supreme. The Death Charge will get the kill onto the Vladimir. But it will be 2 kills for blue team. For only 1 for red team. So great play using the Hammer Flake together with the Icy Prison to increase the damage by tenfold. And make it easy for Vladimir to do as much damage as possible. Blitzcrank now completely zoning away the red team. Even though they are pushing hard, so they aren't missing any experience. Still, quite impressive. They are going back to base. What will they buy? So, Ezreal, he already had a Vampiric Scepter, but now he buys himself a Tear of the Goddess. Oh my. He really wants to poke rather hard, apparently. Nautilus has now got the Spirit of the Ancient Golem, as we all thought he would. What is Sejuani going for? Well, probably the same, considering her items that she has currently, but she hasn't got it yet. Though the minute she will recall, she has enough money for it, so I hope so. As I'm going to rearrange this a little bit so it represents the lanes. And it already does. I didn't have to do that much at all. Oh wait, Vladimir is middle. So then, Renekton trying to do as much as possible, but blue team is snowballing slightly out of control. And I must give credit to Sejuani, she is doing great. Ever since the revamp of Sejuani, I've only been seeing great Sejuani play as of late. Which of course, in the past it used to be, wow, a great Sejuani player, amazing. Nowadays it's, meh, you're great at Sejuani, like pretty much everyone else. Oh my, Vladimir doing great damage onto the Kha'Zix. Will not try to dive though. He still should be able to do a pull of deception. He's going to wait for Dredgeline of course to be used, and great play there by Vladimir. That timing was perfect as Kha'Zix fails his leap. Oh, Death Charge being used though. How long can Vladimir hold on until his team arrives? His team will not arrive. Sejuani is all the way on top, and the Pool of Deception has a way too big cooldown. He will die, but who will get the kill? And how long can he actually survive? Only 2 seconds for Pool of Deception. If he was able to use it, he would have gotten away. In the end, he will die. Now finally, Sejuani going to try and turn it around on the top side. Will use Icy Prism again, perfectly. It's hard to escape, I'll tell you that for a fact. And the slow followed up with it. It makes it even harder. Ghost now being used by Nasus. He doesn't have any mana, but he will have enough for a Siphoning Strike. So that will be a kill nevertheless. As we're going back to the bottom lane 15 seconds ago to see Nautilus going in from behind. So Blitzcrank getting caught by the dredge line, followed up by all the ultimates in the world, except for Akali's ultimate. That was the only ultimate that wasn't in there. All the rest that they were there. They were just lightning fast and you couldn't see it. So Kha'Zix is all by himself in the lane, will try and push it. Nope, he's just tanking a turret and probably walk away immediately. Yes indeed. So he also has a Tear of the Goddess. He will have a, well, not a Muramana, but at least a... Wait, yeah, a Muramana. Manamune. Jesus, it's been a while since I called Manamune, because technically people don't buy it. They only buy Muramana once they have enough charges. But as I forgot again, Manamune is quite good because of course every auto attack will give you mana, so it increases the speed you get to build towards your Muramana. Maramuna, it's pretty hard. Ooh, nice quick draw coming down from Graves, dodging the Mystic Shot. If he were hit by that Mystic Shot, he would have cried just a little bit. Blitzcrank doesn't want to pull. Well, he does want to pull, but not in this situation. Graves is going to recall anyway. So, oh my, two Lockets of the Iron Solari already completed on blue team. This is quite major, to be honest. If they would team fight with 2 Lockets of the Iron Solari and they time it perfectly, I don't see them losing it. It's such a great advantage. Of course, the next item that I think Sejuani is going to buy will be the Runic Bulwark. Oh my, this is gonna be awesome. Oh yeah, surprise, surprise, Nautilus. It is indeed a Sejuani. She does have Icy Prism ready to pop, and will pop it right about now together with the Hammer Flake. So that's a dead Nautilus. How will Kha'Zix die? Well, I'm Kha'Zix, I'm gonna jump. Nope, I'm gonna use my ultimate and run away as fast as I can, but the Permafrost is just too much of a slow, and the Flail of the Northern Winds will give a kill to well, actually Vladimir. But I love saying Flail of the Northern Winds. I'm waiting to say Fail of the Northern Winds because it would be quite humorous. But there is no situation. Sejuani isn't giving me the chance to say it. She's 3-0. She's playing awesomely. I was gonna say awfully, because it kinda sounds the same. A BF Sword bought by Graves, together with some mana potions. He wants to poke, and he probably will poke. Ezreal still hasn't completed any major items yet. He still is running on the Tear of the Goddess. Probably will turn it into a Manamune though. We shall see. Oh my, looky here, Nasus getting some chunk damage. Indeed, the Spirit of the Elder Lizard has been bought by Renekton. Now, this is actually quite a good item. It makes farming easier and is not that expensive and has all the stats you want. which is something you like. Oh my, Graves missing the collateral damage there, but will they be able to pull this Ezreal? A flash pull from Blitzcrank could make it so. Then again, I think Ezreal would immediately flash away himself, if not use his Arcane... No, Arcane Shift was on cooldown, but he could have flashed away himself. Same time, Nasus was probably ganked by Nautilus, though he was able to escape. He almost got caught by Renekton there, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. A pink ward placed down by Sona in the eyes of the beholder. So Sejuani didn't have a ward to begin with, but if she would, she might have seen the Sona placing down a pink ward and then realizing, I'm not gonna place a ward there. But Blitzcrank is here. That ward is going to get destroyed, mate. But at least it gives him vision, knowing when the enemy would come. Red team now going to counter jungle a little bit on blue team's side, though keep in mind that the dragon is way more important. Blue team now has about a 4,000 gold lead, reaching towards a 5,000 as Kha'Zix is going to cry a little bit. Is this a bait of a lifetime or is this just a fantasy? I don't know, but a very great play by Renekton blocking the glacial prison there. Is going to get pulled by Blitzcrank though, will give him the kill. And he was able to do a lot of damage on Sejuani. Flash in by Kha'Zix will not get the kill and he will just get popped by the permafrost. Now Vladimir going the pull of the deception to try and slow down the Nautilus just to get the kill. And Nasus teleporting in too late. So he even ghosted. So he teleported and ghosted. Will use Locket of the Solari and his ultimate. He didn't even have to use it in the team fight because he wasn't there. So he was able to do quite the damage on the turret. This turret will not survive. So, did you know when I said it was about a 5,000 gold lead for blue team? It has turned into an almost 8,000 gold lead, which it will be if they are able to destroy this turret. Keep in mind, respawns are relatively short, so they need to be very careful at what they're doing. The first one to respawn though was Sona, so she isn't all that big of a threat, but Renekton most certainly is not going to go in deep though, so they should be able to escape. Graves gets slowed though by the void spikes of Kha'Zix. Is he going to be able to get away? Vladimir tried to, well, turn it around, but he gets Resender to the face. Ghost is almost off cooldown, so if he's able to survive just a little bit longer, he might be able to turn it around. Now it's going to be Sejuani going in. She can't survive this as well. If she gets crowd control and more than enough, but apparently she is just able to escape. She oh my great glacial prison, icy prison there, but it wasn't enough. Now gets baited, Ratchlined into the fray, will just walk away. She's too fat. She has a chain vest. She has the spirit of the ancient golems, so crowd control effects are reduced onto her. She has tenacity, is what I wanted to say. There's no killing her with a full AD team. There is none. She can just now build tankiness, full armor as it may, and there's no stopping her at all. Nautilus's damage isn't high enough. He's a jungler, he's going tank. Sona's damage isn't high enough, she's support. All the rest are pure AD. Well, Ezreal's attacks do a little bit of magic damage, but even then, he's still the AD carry. And, oh, I thought he had a brutalizer, but that's actually Kha'Zix. So Kha'Zix with a brutalizer, which explains why his damage had such a huge leap. Get it? Because he's a Kha'Zix? Doesn't matter, because Dominus has been used by Renekton. At the same time, however, it is going to be the Fury of the Sands. It's a sand attack, and well, this sand attack does damage. It does not only reduce accuracy, as you may know. Or maybe you don't. And for that, go play some decent games, you. I don't know how I'm going to call you. Oh. They are going for the turret, this blue team is. The turret got destroyed on the bottom lane, but it is going to be mayhem for the Blitzcrank. Wanted to prevent them from taking it, but all by yourself, Blitzcrank. All by yourself. Graves almost getting the kill onto Kha'Zix, but of course he is able to jump away. So, not to show what Blitzcrank was thinking there, he's a robot, so in a way he only thinks 1 and 0 in just random zeros and ones, though not really. Oh, Flail of the Northern Winds. Sejuani going in. Well, oh, the Dredgeline was just out of reach, really? And this is going to be the Icy Prism of Doom. Vladimir is going to use Ghost even. Will it be enough? Probably. Was it too much? That's what I wanted to say. Now the Locket of the Solari being used, but the entirety of Red Team is moving towards their position. They need to run, and they know it. So then, Sejuani, on how much money are you sitting here? My god, that is quite a lot for a jungler. So she's on 1,200 gold, so she can buy what I think will be a Giant's Belt. Yes, indeed. So she is going for the Sunfire Cape. which is great to buy as early as you can, because of course the damage is bigger then, because it doesn't get bigger. So she will have health and armor, which is perfect, because health is a very good tank spec nowadays, and armor is always well against a full AD team. So I am going to guess her next item instead. Will it be Randuin's Omen, or will it be the Frozen Heart? My money goes to Randuin's Omen. Keep in mind that the Bulwark has not yet been purchased. Sorry for that. But Blitzcrank is apparently going for it. We shall see. It would be silly if he goes for a Locket of the Arn Solari as well, though it's still possible. Blue team pushing it rather hard for red team. I'm not too sure what red team could do to prevent blue team from actually pushing inside of their base. They are quite a bit behind, and to be honest, I find their mid game to be stronger than their end, and I find blue team's end game to be way more impressive than red team. So we shall see. Nautilus getting caught and taking a huge chunk of damage there. That was probably a combined... Oh my, the Icy Prison again landed perfectly. Vladimir with the first kill. Will he get a second one? Renekton wants to refuse it, but he is instead going to need to run away. The true shot barrage not able to get a kill, but a perfect crescendo will... Was that perfect? That was actually the other direction, wasn't it? Doesn't matter. Ezreal has some slowing abilities. Flash away by Sejuani. Will he be able to catch someone? Graves wants him though. Hey pretty boy, I'm gonna kill you, okay? And Ezreal says nope. Arcane shift, and that was a Vladimir he arcane shifted too, so good luck. The ace for blue team, and they are now almost 10,000 gold in the lead, and if they are able to destroy a turret, then they will be 10,000 gold in the lead. Instead, they are going for an inhibitor, and I understand, because it gives you a lot more map control than just a flimsy little tower, which means that they can go for barons shortly after. They probably are sitting on a lot of gold. The Nasus is sitting on 2,000 gold, so he's happy. And Vladimir on 1,300, so yes, they want to go back. Sejuani should have gotten enough for the Sunfire Cape, not too sure why she just runs away. She hasn't bought anything new. Maybe Home Guard? No? I wonder. It wasn't really worth it. She could have bought Sunfire Cape. Blitzcrank, you need to be careful there, mate. Dragon is weaker than Baron, but he can still do quite some damage. And Sejuani for the flash. The smite. The smite steal from his own teammate. Which means that it will take a little longer before they will start doing Baron. Red team might be cheeky and think, hey guys, we need to turn this around. We should do a cheeky Baron. There are a few wards there, however, especially this one, though it's almost running out. So, yeah, blue team needs to ward there. That's what I'm saying. And Ezreal with the perfect slows will not be able to get this Nasus, though. He's too tanky. He has the Icebrand Gauntlets, which is actually an item that Sejuani could go for as well. Just saying, though, she has enough slows to begin with, no? And Nasus already got it. We shall see. She could go for it. It's a good item onto her, and it gives armor as well. Blitzcrank with the pull. Nope. Almost able to get the rocket grab. The ultimate of Sejuani just being used for the slow. Combined with the permafrost, it is quite good. Ezreal will die to collateral damage, doing what it had to do. So an assist going down onto the graves. Does he get the kill though? Boom. Nope. It's Sejuani on a rampage. So Sejuani hasn't died at all, is now 6-0-12, so she is doing amazingly. Is now going to push into the red team's base, and they are completely out of position. They need to run all around in order to protect their Nexus tower, so that's probably going to be the first Nexus tower down. Will they get a second? For now, red team has respawned, so it might be dangerous, but the Blitzcrank hook lands onto the Kha'Zix, the damage dealer, a perfect crescendo. Now I can say it because I'm certain, but there is just not enough damage. The Sejuani is going for the flail of the northern winds and do amazingly with it. The True Shot Barrage trying to do what it can, but it is not enough. Nasus is probably too tanky as well. They are going to retreat though. Or are they going to get kills? Renekton is fairly low. Another Blitzcrank pull, but a flash away immediately by the Sona. Renekton all by himself will die immediately. Nasus getting dredged line. I don't think he cares. Blitzcrank doesn't have enough mana, I think, for a pull. Nope. He still needs about 20. Well, it's only 10 right about now. And he already has enough for it. Doesn't matter. GG for blue team. They won pretty much every lane. Maybe not entirely the top lane, but it doesn't matter. It's a Nasus. He will be strong in the end no matter what. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed. And I will see you next time. In due time. That's my Zillion impression. I hope it's good. So, as I said before, see you next time. Whatever it is I'll do. Whenever it is I'll do it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.